Hello and welcome back to another episode of the SuperCoach Corner podcast, where today, round one teams have just been announced and I'm going to be looking at them in depth. In the last hour before the first lockout, Carlton and Richmond start at 7:30 tonight, so we thought I'd get a quick little video up, quick little podcast for the last minute scramble. Have a look at these teams, see what we've got, see what we're working with. Is there any rookies that missed out? Is there any rookies that made it when we didn't really see them coming? So this is what we're looking at now. Granted, teams were announced 3 minutes ago, so I'm just going through them now to get a quick look. So firstly, we'll go through some notable debutants that are playing this weekend. A lot of them, as debutants usually were announced during the week. So we did know a lot of these going into today, but I'll reel off a few and just see and let you know if I'll be looking at them. So Dan Annable is the first one. Highly rated youngster. Missed out in the round zero team, but he's making his debut this weekend. For me, it's just one to watch. I wouldn't be starting with him. Job security is always going to be an issue in that Brisbane side, but highly rated youngster, just see what he can give. He's probably come in for Hugh McCluggage, who's out for 1, maybe 2 weeks. Probably one, then the bye, then he'll be right after the bye. So, I don't love the job security there. Tom Blamires, huge, 99k rookie. I'd lock him in everyone's team. Looks like he's got a half-back role, which is lovely. Lockie Dobberston, 136k forward. He's okay. He looked really good in that practice match, but at the end of the day, he's a small forward, and we are pretty blessed when it comes to forward line rookies this year. So if you're desperate, if you really want an extra guy, he can definitely be there. But I think there's lots of more other guys in the forward line in particular that are better options than him. Lockie McAndrew obviously was announced yesterday, and that's huge news for all of us. It's just massive. Toby Murray seems to be the guy that's pairing him in the ruck, which is really good. There's no Riley O'Brien, not even in the emergencies, which is really good news. So the sort of threat of Riley O'Brien coming straight back in after his big game in the sample last week seems to be on pause a little bit. So if you are wanting to run him without him at R2, I still think there's still a risk there, but it's not huge. I think it's still a safe play to go for. Some other players that are going to be making our debuts were sort of expected, but were locked away in our SuperCoach sides for a while. Josh Lindsay will be playing his first game. Willem Dersma will be playing his first game, number 1 draft pick. So we are pretty stuck for mid rookie. So if you want to take the punt on the talent alone, I wouldn't blame you there. Dyson Sharp's another one who will be making his debut for Essendon. Sam Grill, we knew he's playing tonight, so lock him in your side. And then Mitch Edwards is another interesting one who will be making his debut for Geelong. He's under 119k ruckman, no DVP unfortunately. So if you were obviously, Liam Reedy, I'll get to the absentees in a second, but Liam Reedy did get dropped for tonight's game. We knew that last night. If you were wanting a playing rookie on the bench at R3, Mitch Edwards has just fallen in our laps, which is lovely. Me personally, I've always wanted the DPP just to give us the flexibility down the year. But it is really hard to pass up on someone like Mitch Edwards, who's going to be number 1 rucking for Geelong, in lieu for like if I go with Liam Reedy, who is another option. I still think that is an option to go Liam Reedy. He'll get another chance at some stage this year. And until then, he's got the DPP to help you out. So, but number 1 ruck, the floor is probably 60, 70 at an absolute minimum, where he could probably build on that. They really rate him. They matched, he was a Fremantle Academy player who they went out of their way to bid for, and Freo couldn't match the bid. So, he's a highly rated youngster, and hopefully he can get that ruck role for a lot of the year. Some other notable guys who got a game or who were named. Devon Robertson obviously was under a bit of an injury cloud throughout the week. He is named on the wing, so looks good to go. So that's good news. He's obviously locked away in a lot of our forward lines. Some other notable rookies that were named. Lincoln McCarthy has come back after missing round 0. He's about 170k rook in the forward line. Like I said, we're heaps sport for options down there, so probably wouldn't be looking at Link. A couple other guys who are really interesting, who I wanted to talk about, were Josh Watkins and Milan Murdoch. So 2 guys coming out of the rookie draft. I think Murdoch was an SSP signing. I think Watkins coming out of the rookie draft. Watkins looked really good in that pracky match in the pre-game preseason match. Was in their top 2 CBA attendances, I believe. He's sort of overtaken Will Brodie, where a lot of people were thinking Will Brodie would sort of come in and had that midfield role on lock. It seems to be Watkins who's getting those minutes. So he's 99k. I've talked to Tice about this guy. I think it's safer. I know the 99k rookie is really tempting. The role looks really good. It looks like he's playing to the midfield, but I think it's better just to wait on Watkins. Ollie Wines, I think he's suspended for 2 more weeks. So just wait those 2 weeks. And if he's named that third game and with Wines back, jump on him then. Before the price rise, I just think he's not going to hurt you if you don't start him, but he could hurt you if you do and then he gets dropped for someone like Wines in round 3 and you're stuck with a dead 99k rookie with absolutely nothing to do with him. Nothing to do yet with him. So, yeah, I wouldn't be starting Watkins. Same can be said for Milan Murdoch. I mean, the name itself is incredible, but we don't know. I mean, he was signed last week, so we don't know anything about him. Didn't play the practice match, so just haven't seen him. Again, I know the 99k is really tempting, but yeah, I'll just wait and see. Some other notable people who are named. So Hayden Young's been named. That was sort of leaked today. A lot of injury clouds, hurt that ankle. It looks like he's named. Apparently he trained really well today. So for those who are really steadfast on starting Hayden Young, he is in there. I am a little bit worried just because he played a lot of minutes in that preseason up forward. They obviously see that as a weapon of theirs and a weapon of his. And if he's nursing this little ankle injury, does that just mean, I mean, he's got this string to his bow. Why don't we just send him down forward? He can do it. It'll be easier on his body, sort of ease him into it. Are they going to lessen his minutes? There's just lots of question marks around the Hayden Young pick now, whereas 2-3 weeks ago, he was a lock and you wouldn't even look at training him out. Is that sort of scary now? I'm not 100% certain. So yeah, at this stage, he's in my team, but I'll just have to wait and see how the rest of the guys shape up. Colby McKerch has been named on an extended bench, so it looks like he's playing. Not that we can really read much in the positions, but didn't get any inclination as to whether he'll be playing at halfback or playing through the midfield like he was training today. So that's another one that's been thrown. Bit of a spanner in the works in the last minute, which is exactly what you want on the Thursday in the hour before round 1 starts. Sam Draper, the next one I wanted to talk about, he has been named. So was in a lot of people's round 1 sides when SuperCoach Team Picker first started, just less than 400k as that ruck forward. Really good flexibility. If he gets good ruck minutes, it's a really good role, obviously. But something to note, I'll get to him in a second in terms of rookies who have kept their spot, but AFLSCCorner, I can't really pronounce his name, but he's kept his spot, so that means it's him, Draper, and Fort all on the same side. I'd expect AFLSCCorner to drop back for Harris Andrews. He has played a bit of key back in his time, but that's 3 ruckmen in the same side. So how much ruck time is Draper really going to get? Is he going to play on managed minutes coming off that injury throughout the preseason? Probably. So I wouldn't be jumping at him and reaching for him now. I know there's a lot of upside, but I don't think he's going to kill you by not starting him. And you're going to have 2 weeks before his price even starts, 3 because they're buy. So just wait and see with him. And we can always look at him before his price goes up and see if we can slot him into our forward line somewhere, or even into R2 if McAndrew is not working. On to the next news from the teams is rookies that have kept their spot. So I touched on AFLSCCorner. I'm probably butchering that, but I've touched on him a couple of times now. A couple other ones were the 2 Doggies rookies. So Jax and Selwood both are playing this weekend. So that's huge. Both played really well last week, so we weren't really expecting them to lose their spot on their side, but they've both been named, which is huge. And in terms of some notable absentees, so I mentioned Will Brodie. He has been, he's out of favour, obviously. Watkins making his debut over Will Brodie, and Will Brodie not even named on that extended bench, or in the emergency. So he's not anywhere to be seen. So just, unfortunately, he's not in our calculations. Maybe he'll get a crack later in the year and we can use him as a downgrade option there. Finn McRae has been named on an extended bench. A few names there that might go in ahead of him. So just wait and see. I probably wouldn't be picking him up. Schoenberg's suspended for 1 week, I believe. So he was sort of seen to be ahead of Finn McRae. So even if McRae plays on Sunday, could lose his spot straight away. So I know the DVP is nice, but watch out there. And I think that's about it. Obviously, Liam Reedy isn't playing, so change around your R3 where necessary. Just having another look through to see if I missed anyone. One other thing that I wanted to touch on was Cooper Duff Tyler is playing, so he's been announced for his debut. I know he's named on the extended bench, but it has been announced by West Coast that he'll be making his debut on Sunday. So he's an R3 option if you really want the DPP, you really want a playing player at R3. But obviously you can't go for Liam Reading now that he's not playing. Cooper Duff-Tyler's there, just that awkward price, 190k. Could he be, like, I'm tinkering with him at F8, Mitch Edwards at R3, and using that flexibility to be able to cover for McAndrew if needed, or even get Mitch Edwards to flex if he started his career well and he's getting 80s, 90s, and that's a rookie score that I want. Having Cooper Duff-Tyler at F8, flipping him to R3, and then Mitch Edwards into the flex is something that could be used. But yeah, that sort of sums it up. Just a little quick one for you to have a listen to before the game tonight. Obviously, really exciting round 1 starting, and SuperCoach starting. But for the avid SuperCoaches out there, it is stressful time. Lockouts every day. Tonight, obviously, the main ones to look out for is Walsh. Are you starting him? Are you not? Sam Lawler's the other one. Where do you land with him? And Grill is probably the main rookie, obviously, other than Jagger Smith, who should be in everyone's side. So they're probably the 4 guys, not a hugely relevant SuperCoach team, either Richmond or Carlton. But just make sure you at least get those guys right tonight. I'd say Lawler and Walsh are the big ones. Just make sure you know if you want them. Lock them away, because otherwise after tonight, there's no getting them. There's no trading them out. They're locked out. So that's about it. I've probably missed a couple guys that might be making their debut or could be relevant SuperCoach options. But like I said, I just want to get this out as soon as you can so you can have a quick listen before lockout tonight. And if you have any questions regarding your team throughout the weekend, or just want to chat SuperCoach, again, reach out to us. More than happy to chat to you. But until next time, we'll speak to you soon, and best of luck for the opening round of SuperCoach.